Okay, so now I'm gonna do a quick video, quicker-ish video on just my symptoms. I guess I did state some of those in in the last video that I just made, but I'm just gonna do. I do have like a list here, so physically right now, without even looking at the list, from like head to toe, I just have like, it's not a really bad headache, but I have like this headache, like in here, like sinusitis came up for me this morning with biofeedback. It's a piece of medical equipment that tests every part of your body and all sorts of things. So anyway, that came up. My shoulder, I feel like some things are going on with my shoulder right now, like maybe healing wise, because it's like really amped up. It's really amped up. It's really like throbbing and stabbing and aching and just all sorts of feelings. But yeah, and then if I go down, I've been just not wanting to drink water at all, or my urine, like I can only drink like half of what I usually would drink. Like I collect it, and the way that I collect it is, I mean, if you don't know anything about this at all, I probably should have said this in the beginning, but you want to get a clean catch like you would for collecting it for a sample at the doctor, but you just let the urine flow, and I really am kind of like looking at it, making sure that it's going to kind of stay in the same flow, because to me, it's like, maybe this is a Virgo in me, but if it goes like different, if the flow goes different, for your girl, then that can happen. Then you can be getting bacteria in there, which it's still just bacteria from me. So I don't know. It's so weird. And you look up on Google about like, what's in urine, it is sterile. And it basically says that as it comes out of the body, it can become unsterile. But what's it becoming unsterile with? Your own body. I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. It's like, it's from my body. I don't know. It's just something to think about. I guess something I think about, like, okay, cool. That's just my stuff. It's stuff for me. Yeah, so my stomach has just been, I'm not feeling it, but at the same time, I've randomly had some spurts of being hungry, not hungry, but like the burning, the feeling in your stomach, like, and also my stomach's really, really inverted right now and just so like sucked in, and it's just like kind of been a little bit uncomfortable, but it's not that big of a deal. Like I've done this, so it's not huge. It's like I'm used to it. But usually, like, if I'm feeling a lot of hunger, drinking a little bit of water, or especially drinking urine, stops that. And probably one of the reasons why part of the weight that I lost was the looping, just because, if you're drinking a big glass of urine, you're getting nutrients, I'm filled up, like, it's the perfect temperature. It's kind of like broth. That's kind of what it reminds me of a little bit. But yeah, it's like a appetite suppressant, I guess. So, anyway, I can't do that right now as much because I just don't want to do it. Just like, I'm kind of not into it. So I don't know. It's just a part of what I'm dealing with right now. There's that. And then my back has just been hurting. Like, I have to go and work a really long shift right now. So I taught for several hours this morning. I don't get up quite as early on the weekends, but I stay up later. I actually watched a movie last night. That was kind of cool. I've been wanting to watch a movie for months and months and months, so that was kind of cool. It was a funny movie. It wasn't really a movie that I had on my list. It was my niece wanted to watch it. It was called Bridesmaids, but it was pretty funny. It was actually, I was laughing. I was pretty much laughing throughout it. It was pretty freaking funny. So that was kind of fun. That was super fun. But I totally stayed up too late and didn't get enough sleep. But where was I going with that? Back, stayed up late, sleep this morning, woke up, hours. Oh, I have a long shift. I literally just worked backwards, but honestly, my brain's been thinking, like, I lose my train of thought a little bit sometimes, but at the same time, I've been able to, like, I feel like I'm more clever. It's weird. I feel like my brain is like you can figure things out a lot quicker and stuff. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, I have a shift that I have to work today. It's a long shift. It's a wedding. They always call me for those weddings, but it's like, if you don't accept those shifts, this is kind of a cool job where I just say when I want to work, and I don't have to work. Like, I'm going on vacation, I don't have to say anything. It's like an on-call thing. So I can just go and be like, hey, I want to make some extra money, you know. But the more shifts you say yes to, the more that they'll just ask you to work all the shifts, and you get the shorter shifts too, because you get paid the same regardless of the hours you work. Kind of confusing, but it makes some sense, I guess. So yeah, I have a really long shift. It might be like 8 hours. I don't know. I'm really having a hard time fathoming how I'm gonna do it, but I'll do it. I'll get into that mode and I'll do it. But until I have to leave, I'm gonna relax. So this is forcing me to relax, which I don't usually do that much. So it's actually a good thing. I think there was a lot of purpose in this. So yeah, that's pretty much the physical things that I'm feeling. My back, stomach, shoulder, and head here, which yesterday I had a little bit of that, but it went away. I think the teaching triggers it, and it's like, while I'm teaching, this is kind of physical, I guess, too. It's like, oh my God. Hey, Cody, no. I don't even know I didn't even know what all I did teaching until now. I'm going to be honest. Cody, no, Cody! Oh my gosh, he's loose. Oh my gosh. I let him be loose, and now he's freaking out. Anyway, yep, my dog Cody, meet him. Anyway, I didn't even know what all I did teaching until now. I'm just like, how do I do this every day? I don't even know. I don't even know. Oh, I'm telling you, I really, 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 really love kids, but I'm telling you, I don't even know how I do it. I don't know. It's just like, oh man, I had some kids that were really tough today. I had some really tough kids today. I don't know. Or maybe I'm just being given really tough situations right now just for extra lessons. I don't know. Okay, so anyway, my thinking is more clear. I'm definitely more clever, but at the same time, I kind of lose my train of thought still, I think, just because of being tired. Yeah, I don't know. I wrote down that I was processing quicker. I mentioned that the teaching, I just had the thought, this is maybe more of the spiritual, but whatever, I have it on this list, that the teaching has definitely accelerated my aging. Definitely. Like, first of all, I use my face like crazy, like, oh my God, oh my gosh, I'm constantly smiling the whole time. When I may have done that my whole life and with kids, I remember looking in the mirror when I had Rowan as a baby, looking in the mirror and just like realizing how much I use my face now that I have a baby. I constantly smiled and laughed and looked at her and loved her all day long. But before that, it was like, I would just be walking, have a lot of alone time, walking on campus, and, just hi, random hi, but yeah, it's just funny. Having children, really, you use your face a lot. And then in this classroom, oh my gosh, it's constant. All morning long, I start out my morning that way. But actually that's just like appearance, but really, what I was really actually meaning to talk about is, like the getting up so early, not getting enough sleep. There's certain things that your body does at different times, which I mentioned in another video, that I'm awake for, and I'm not sleeping and resting during that time. There's certain hours that it's best for you to be sleeping. So getting up this early isn't like super long term for me, I don't think. I'm working on some other things to get myself out of that. Blackheads have been coming on my skin like crazy, and that was something I dealt with that I had happen to me during my other water fasts. But I was kind of like had a hard time not like wanting to scrape them off and stuff. I got this thing that's like this little vacuum that vacuums them off. It's really fun to use. I might do that. That's really super fun. And then yesterday after I took a bath with Epsom salt. I like my skin was rubbing off everywhere. Like I was rubbing skin off everywhere. That was super fun. That was really cool. I guess it just was ready to be shed. Oh, I lost my place here. Where was I at? Yeah, and this stuff really isn't that worth talking about. I think that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for my physical symptoms. The main symptom is just really feeling nauseated right now, and I just think it's because there's a bunch of stuff going on with my digestive system, and I'm sensing that this isn't gonna last, and that my body will be able to move on to other things, or like it'll settle down, you know. So I don't think it's gonna be long term, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna feel it out. So whatever happens, happens. Thank you. I love you.